think things are happening here. Actually, I just realized you're probably going to hear the sound from the computer fan at the moment. Not really ideal. Let's see. Such a wide angle on that camera. Right, what am I doing? What I'm doing is I'm somewhere where I didn't think I'd be so soon after the earlier broadcast on Shinecast. Did you catch that? You didn't? Let me just check the sound. Don't worry, this is intentional if you're wondering why you're hearing the sound back. And it sounds like I'm so soon after the earlier broadcast on Shinecast. Did you catch that? Let me just check the sound. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of happy with that for now. But you will hear the fan in the background. Be crazy if you couldn't. I think it's going quite fast there, but lots of things happening here at the moment on my computer, so I guess that's why it's so active as the fan and the CPU as always. Goodness me. I understand I'll be dealing with all this over the next 14 days or so, if not before. They're already dealing with it, but apparently certain issues will be resolved, such as the way you broadcast here on HAPS, which is where this is being broadcast from. I say that just in case you're watching on Facebook or Twitter or any other social media platform. The place you want to be is haps.tv, or head over and download the app from your app store, whether it's iOS or Android. Right, so what's going on here at the moment? Nothing too exciting. I'm not out and about, as you can see. I'm just sitting here at the desk and, well, chatting with you guys and girls, really, whether you're on a live or replay video. Thanks for joining me, and please do share, like, and most importantly, follow. And if you follow, you won't miss a thing. Again, the best place to follow at the moment is definitely on the haps.tv platform. Any browser, haps.tv/@MartinShine, and then you can follow me there. You won't miss a thing, and we'll be definitely chatting with various people like we were earlier on today with Jimmy Heaven in Nagoya, Japan, over on Shinecast. That was a whole different experience because he chose to go live on HAPS here, even though we've been broadcasting on or at other locations on and around the interwebble these days. Right, everyone's very quiet as well. What's going on? Nothing to say? No? I tell you what, I better just double check. Actually, yeah, not much at all. You've got to, you see, often you've got to, have your two pennies worth, as they say, because, well, I might be talking about anything, or if that matter, talking about nothing, and you might want to change the topic, subject. You might want to comment, etc., etc. You might disagree with something that I'm saying, or you might know better, or think you know better. But yeah, depending on what the topic is and how you're experienced with whatever it is that we're talking about at that particular moment in time. So there we go. I'm very happy with the quality of the video now. We are getting there slowly but surely. My face is a little blue. That's not because I'm cold. The heating is very much on here at the moment. I don't even know what the temperature is right now. Can I check that? Let's see. Should be able to see that. In London, where I am, in England, you see it's back down to 1 degree Celsius. What's that? 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty chilly at the moment, but we still have no snow or ice outside. Waiting for that weather to hit us any moment, imminently. They've been promising it for a few days now, but we will see. Anyway, welcome to the weekend. As I speak with you, it's Friday the 8th of January 2021, and of course we went live at 11 minutes past the hour. Our favourite time of 11 minutes past 11 p.m. at the moment, although, as I said previously plenty of times, that's going to change, needs to change, because, well, for one reason or another, but particularly as well, I'd like to start winding things down earlier in the day rather than be broadcasting at crazy hours. There's plenty of people out there that can do it, like to do it. I do too from time to time, but regularly, I'm not sure we can do that. Hey, maybe we'll start broadcasting at 11 p.m. Paris time, even though we're in London. That might work for me an hour earlier to begin with, but not sure. Anyway, again, by the way, thank you for the support as well, everyone. Those people that have been making a few donations here and there, clicking on the awards. Love an award from time to time. So whether you're, again, watching live on the replay, the more of those, well, not going to complain, am I? Anyhow, what are we looking at here? Oh, I've just remembered as well, my YouTube channel is now broadcasting this stuff as well. It hasn't been recently. It did initially about 3 weeks ago, but then there was a little bit of a problem, technically. Nothing to do with me, but the infrastructure on the HAPS app. And they seem to have resolved that now. In fact, I think it was more of what we call a handshaking issue. And I think it might have even been YouTube having to tweak something in order for HAPS to broadcast successfully on there. It did work to begin with for a handful of broadcasts, and then it stopped. So what's going on here? Let me see. I'm just going to have a double check. Yeah, everything seems to be running well. It's just that right now you're not here. Well, that's you. You. You're not here. I mean, you're here now, but actually when I said those words and these words, you're not here. Yeah, but you'll catch up on the replay, I'm sure, and do leave comments. Always appreciated, even if it's on one of the social media platforms that we're linked to, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope we can't comment on after the broadcast, but there are other places, of course, such as Twitter. There you go, you can leave it. Yeah, and well, that's it. Right. Anything else to mention to you guys and girls? Things have quietened down a little bit, I think, across the Atlantic in DC, the USA. I'm pleased to note, after some craziness in the US Capitol, suddenly the president seems to have U-turned on the way he's talking now. His demeanor and the actual words he's using now sound less like he's trying to incite the protesting and actions that the people are taking, and less like condoning them, and more now reminding everyone how it should never have happened in the first place, and those responsible will face justice. But among all that, of course, 4 people were killed. Not good at all. Hello, New York. Oh, it is Bella. This is NYC Arky. He's just joined us. Yeah, absolutely lovely. Are you on? You are possibly, I think you're watching on HAPS itself, aren't you, Bella? Do remind us. And of course, how's your day been? Are you working at the moment? I do try and listen, but it's been so busy recently. I can't remember if you are currently working. I know you have had COVID-19, and I can't recall if you said you're now back at work. 5 people. Was it? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was. Thank you for that. You see. That's what I mean about people saying something here on the broadcast. If you're listening, putting me right. Yes, absolutely. It was 4 originally, and then it was a police officer, I believe, is the 5th one that subsequently lost his life. That's right, isn't it, Bella? Do give me that little bit of credit, I think, for that information, because I'm 99.9999% putting my money, if I had to, on that particular fact. By the way, the reason this is working perfectly at the moment as well, with no aggro, is because I am, for one of the few times, using my desktop to broadcast this, as I was mentioning at the beginning of the broadcast, with the fan making a big noise there in the background. But yeah, as I say, I am using desktop rather than the mobile apps. And I think if you use desktop, then it's probably working far better. And that's why those users and broadcasters that are sitting at a desk seem to have a great quality video, audio, and so far few, or even whatever, fewer glitches is what I'm saying. No, I'm home. Took a profile picture. Yes, one officer killed from New Jersey. Right, yes. Saw the picture of said individual on the news here in the UK today, this very evening when I was watching it. So you're at home at the moment, Bella, and if I remember rightly, we were talking Arkansas, Arkansas, and I've got to remember now, I think we're talking Arkansas. Yes, I think that's where you are, if not in New York. That's why you have the name. As I'm reading it there from my eyes, you've actually spelled it out, yes, Arkansas. I don't know why, all I read was Bella, and New York Arky. See, it's been a long day, yeah. So you are definitely in. Look at my pro. I don't need to. Well, I mean, I will if you insist. But of course, the point is, your name says it, that you are in Arkansas and not Arkansas, where I was repeatedly saying the other day when we were talking. I got my COVID-19 1 month vaccination. Is good to know. Good. That's good, and you don't have to have any more injections. It's now complete. Yes. because I asked that. There's one in the UK that they're currently using, and you have to, well, according to the scientists and manufacturer, you have to have one injection, and then 6 weeks later you have a second one. But suddenly the government here know better than the scientists and the advice they were given, and now they're leaving it, I think, until like 12 weeks before you have your second injection. I understand why. It's so that rather than the same person going back 6 weeks later for said injection, the second one, they are allowing more people have their first injection. So that second injection actually goes to another person who hasn't had any vaccine previously, and in that way the government think they're going to vaccinate more people quicker. But you know, as I say, if you've had that first injection of that particular vaccine, the variant of, I personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable until I had that second injection. So still for 3 months now on that particular one, you've got to take, not just take care, but, well, I suppose act as though you never had the vaccine. But my problem is understanding that there's a lot of people out there where the vaccine will not take effect. 5% of the population, they say, approximately, depending on which vaccine you look at, but you know, at least 5% of the population, if we all had the vaccine, 5% of planet Earth will still not be affected by it, and they won't be protected by it. So take that into account. You've had the injection, the vaccine. How do you know you're not one of the 5%? And once you've had that vaccine, any of the vaccines, you still got to go out into the big wide world and mingle without social distancing to actually know if that vaccine you've had works. And then, of course, there's no middle ground here, because once you come into contact with the virus, you're either going to be seriously ill, not so ill, or be unaffected. But you won't know how severe until you come into contact with the vaccine. So, you know, you're still sort of treading on thin ice, aren't you? Even once you've been vaccinated. So it's all very, very strange. I mean, you're in New York City at the moment. No two shots. All of them want me to explain why wrong, raw, wrong. Too bad I can't speak to explain. Right. Okay. All of them, I see. All of the vaccines are suggesting, all the variants of the vaccine are saying that we all need 2 injections. Right. Okay. You think I'm wrong regarding the safety once you've had the vaccine? Is that what you're saying? Yes. No, I got that. I understood that. Thank you for the verifying what you're saying. Yeah. All vaccines need 2 shots. One thing is for sure, though, the original vaccine wasn't ideal. A lot of people are saying, because it needs to be transported at a very low temperature. I think it's -70 degrees Celsius, you know, so using dry ice, for example. So I understand that. So all of them have to be 2, you're saying. Well, originally, I think it was reported here that one of the benefits of alternative vaccines were you only had to have 1 injection. But in any case, do explain to me why I'm wrong when it comes to us getting back out in the big wide world, having a jolly good time, and not having to worry about who we come into contact with, or wear masks, and just be as we were getting on for 18 months ago, 2 years ago now. Do tell. I feel there's a metaphorical drum roll while you're typing your next message there, Bella, who's currently in New York, but also from Arkansas. Lovely. Right. How time flies. We've been here for already over 14 minutes. Wowzers. Anyway, I hope it's all going well for you guys and girls. I'm not going to hang around for too much longer. A few more seconds, perhaps. There's no safety, even with both shots. The variable, yeah, exactly. Now I get that. That's precisely. Exactly, Bella. So you have your 2 shots, however many you need for that particular vaccine to take effect, but it might not take effect because you're one of the individuals, one of the 5%, if not more, in the world where it takes no effect, has no effect, and so you're still very vulnerable. So what do? You know, the point is, a lot of people are going to go out there, try to live life normally, and find out that no, they can't. They're back in, or they are in hospital, and sadly, a lot of them won't make it. At the moment, we're inundated. There's an official emergency that has been declared in London because the way the pandemic is at the moment, the numbers, even though we now have a lockdown, and I've got to tell you, that is a joke. I went out today myself, very briefly, and while I was out there, I'm just looking outside, the amount of people out that just shouldn't be. You know, I mean, if everyone just listened for a few weeks, you know, a good few weeks, we could easily bring the numbers down, but people just aren't listening. They need, sadly, because of those people that don't listen, we need to have tighter rules and regulations, really, if we're going to combat the virus in this way. If not, this type of, lockdown, as they're calling it, laughably, might as well not have it, in all fairness. The reason for 2 shots, shall I explain? You can if you want to, before we head out of here in the next few minutes. Why do we need 2 vaccines? Or at least rather 2 injections of the same vaccine. It's to help build up your immune system, isn't it? I thought. But you're going to tell us. And here comes the metaphorical drum roll. Now we have it for another day once Bella's explained. Then, did you explain on your own channel, Bella, by the way? Just let me have a look here. Rather than asking, I guess I can look. Shocking. Bella Arkansas has not broadcast, but it sounds to me that you've got a lot to say about this and a lot that people would be interested in, to learn, to discuss. So why don't you get on there and have a little chat with us people out here? And me being a viewer as well as a broadcaster, yes, I would find it definitely interesting hearing from someone who's much more experienced in the medical field than I. Yeah. Right. I'm going to start saying goodbye to people while Bella finishes off typing the next message, which explains specifically why 2 shots are needed of the vaccine in order for you to be covered by it. And, yeah. Oh, I thought I saw a comment come in, but it wasn't. It was something else. So, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, everyone. And once we finish the broadcast here, and same time, same place, probably, unless I think something sort of unforeseen happens, 11:11 p.m. London time. And, of course, that's the following day for the rest of Europe, particularly as they're now on their own and without the UK and vice versa. Oh, yeah. Oh, got to be careful there, not the UK, without Great Britain, because technically Northern Ireland is still trading within the European Union. Bella says, everyone, Bella says that the reason you need 2 shots of the vaccine to ensure that it's going to work for you, if indeed you are one of these people where it does work, it has to be 25 days apart from one injection to the second one, because the first shot actually starts the body building up immunity. Yes, exactly. It's sort of that I'm aware. The first shot certainly does that. It gets the body fighting basically against what you just injected into it. And again, it's protecting itself. I get that. And so you're stimulating the immune system there. And then the second gives the bust of immunity, like a finish. Do you mean the rest? Or literally the bust of the immunity, like a finish? So yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. So you stimulate the immune system, and then the second one sort of actually, it's in there. It's in there now with all those chemicals and all that part of our body and the way the system works. And it's ready to fight off anything that comes along subsequently. Again, though, that's great if you're one of these people who doesn't have an underlying health condition, and who, if you were to come into contact with COVID-19, you're not going to react in a very, very severe way. And more to the point, you will be someone where the vaccine does have some sort of effect, hopefully full effect. The vaccine is very strong. You'd be very sick in one. Yes, I understand. Yes, but what about? Well, I'm not going to ask that question because I think think we've covered it. And I'm going to get out of here as well. Yes, if it was important, I would continue. But it's not. What is important now is me getting on with some work and thanking you as well, certainly Bella, and all of you watching on the replay, all of you watching live, I can see who haven't said a word, haven't even commented. That's unfortunate for a number of reasons. Why? We'll just keep watching. Not on this broadcast, of course, it's ending, but in the future, you need to be watching because yeah, you might miss out. So do follow. If nothing else, do follow and join in next time we're live here. And thank you, everyone. For now, in the meantime, I'm going to end this broadcast and say stay safe. And thank you for the work that you're doing there, Bella, once you're back there and working in that, well, essential field as a key worker. Bye-bye for now, everyone. Thank you all.